My daughters are in town and I want to send them home with some aloe plants. And as you can see, this plant that I nursed back to health has big pups on it, and it got big itself. I was so surprised it grew this much, considering where it came from. But we're going to go ahead and separate these pups today. When you have to do anything involving roots of the plants, you kind of want to be very, very gentle. I didn't want to yank this plant out, so I kind of just like slid it out. It actually came out really easy too. That's because the roots were all wrapped and holding that dirt in tight. But we're going to go ahead and pull these roots off very, very nicely. We don't want to rip anything because we don't know which one is the real good root, you know, keep the plant alive. So I want to just go through and do it nice and gently. It took me a couple minutes to get it done. It wasn't too bad, enough where I could deal with it and see where I would need to be cutting at. So as you can see, those roots are rooting, baby. So we're gonna go ahead and get these babies separated. Now I had to find out where it started away from the plant, so I kind of like dug around for it to figure out where it's at. And you can kind of see there where it separates from the plant and where I would need to cut. You don't want to really cut like a piece of the plant. You want to try to get where it's sort of at the bottom closest to the root. So I'm just going to pull it apart as much as I can. This one ended up still being attached totally to the plant, so I did cut it a little bit off the plant. But so cut that around and just make sure I'm not cutting any major roots or anything like that. Like some of the smaller roots, if they get messed up, fine, but those real good ones, you want to keep those. Now, as you can see, those are some good roots. Now we're gonna get that baby in the pot. And I thought I only had one pup. Turns out, oh, there's two. And then later on, I found out, no, there was 3 pups. So this plant was just reproducing like crazy. I'm just gonna clean Big Mama up, and we're gonna replant her too, in a little bit of old soil and new soil for her. But you can see where the pups were forming on the plant. So they were like at the base of the plant. So we're going to go ahead and get these pups in there. I got some potting soil. And then I am going to, these roots I didn't have to cut. They were really good. But as you can see, this was actually more than one pup together. So I'll pull that apart, baby. We going to have all the plants. I'm going to use some mycorrhizae because I want to have strong roots on this repotting for the babies, for these little pup babies. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in each hole before I plant, to make sure they have a great start in their own environment away from the mother plant. So these roots were long, but they weren't too unmanageable. So I went ahead and just planted those as they were in the potting soil. And there we go, 1 down. 3 more to go, well, 4 more technically because of the mama, but 3 more to go. And I'll use my mycorrhizae in each one. I didn't use it in the mother plant because her roots are strong, baby. I don't think she need no help. She good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant all these up. And the mom plant, because she had so many long roots, I just clipped the very ends of the roots off. Just the very ends. Nothing that'll damage it, but to give it a little bit more space in the pot that I'm planting it in. Maybe next year I will upgrade her to a bigger pot, but right now that's what's working for her. And there we have it. 4 plants out of 1 plant. And look at that. She is thick. We're going to pull some of that off and use that. But she thick, baby. And I have another plant that has another pup. But I don't think the pup is big enough for me. I'm going to let that grow a little bit more. And we'll do her next time.